Continuing section 3.7, determinants for Algebra 2. We're going to use determinants to find the line of the equation with 2 points. And simply all you need to do is set up a 3 by 3 matrix. The first row is x, y, and the space holder of 1. And the next two first entries are going to be the points, the xy, xy of the 2 points. And then all you need to do for that matrix is set it equal to 0. And the end is off for y, and you have the equation on the line going through those points. Of course, you can always check it using your linear equations as well. So again, setting this up for a determinant, be x, y, 1, 2, 3, 1, negative 3, 1, 1. And then I got to repeat these first two rows again, of course. So it's going to be x, y, 2, 3, negative 3, and 1. And process, as always, those three, those three, those three, you multiply and sum them. So we have 3x, we have negative 3y, and we have plus 2. Now we subtract the three products going up from left to right. So 3, negative 3, 1, 1, 1x, 1, 2y. So negative 3, 3 is negative 9. 1, 1x, this is simply an x. And 1, 2y is plus 2y. Easy way to do this is carry that negative to the other, all three terms. So it's positive 9, negative, and negative. And now I can combine like terms. Again, this is all equal to 0. Don't forget that while doing this type of work. So negative x and 3x, I'll have 2x. Negative 3y and negative 5y. It's going to, negative 3, negative 2 is negative 5y. And 2 plus 9 is 11 equals 0. I move the x and the 2y to the other side through subtraction. I'll have then negative 5y equals 2x, or negative 2x, minus 11. Divide by negative 5. Final answer is going to be y equals 2/5 x plus 11/5. Yuck. No fun plotting that. One last thing to show you using determinants is solving our 3-variable equation. Here's a theory quick from the notes. This will be available to you for the test. But you have x, y, and z, and you have 3 equations. The coefficients go into a matrix. That becomes determinant A. And you'd be using that as a denominator for the 3 variables x, y, and z. For the 3 variables x, y, and z, you take the constants and put them in place where the coefficients are for that letter. So if you're trying to find x, you kick out those 3 coefficients and put the constants in its place. There's JKL, the constants. To find y are these 3. You kick out the 3, the BE, well, they're right here, I'm sorry, BEH, and put the constants in their place. Again, to find z, they're the C, or over here, the better again, CF and I. You kick those out and put in JKL in place of it. Those are, again, the constants. A lot of work. We'll try number 32. The best advice for these, I would use some graph paper. It's nice to put these numbers into cells so you keep the rows and columns nice and straight. So when you're drawing your lines for your determinants, you do that a couple times, it's easier to keep things straight. So for 32, we got to first find our determinant A. So I'm going to draw a little 3 by 3 here. Each box is one of the elements from the coefficients. So I got negative 1, I got 4, I have 1. I have 1, negative 1, 2, and the last ones are 1, 4, and negative 1. 1, 4, negative 1. I find the determinant. So I'll repeat the first 2 rows. I'm going to speak faster this so we can keep the video shorter. 1 and 2. Again, now we're going to be doing our little diagonal lines here. Those 3. Guys, keep an eye on things. Okay, so our first set will be negative, negative, negative is positive 1. I'm sorry, negative 1. 1, 4, and 1 plus 4. 1, 4, 2, 8. Minus, now you subtract. Then we're going this way. There, there, and there. So this is going to be negative 1 again. 2 and 4 is 8, negative 8. and -1, 4, and 1 is -4. So I simplify all these. I got 12, 11 here. On this side, I got minus. This is -12, -13. This becomes a positive. 11 plus 13 is 24. Now that is my determinant A. That is going to be the denominator when we go to find x, y, and z. So we got to use that for each of the variables. So let's see. Looking at the list here, and I want to eliminate the trickier ones and try to leave the easiest ones, because these numbers 3, -3, 14, and 9 are kind of big. And all these numbers are pretty small, so it won't really matter which ones I use. So I'll just go find x first. So these 3 constants go in place of the coefficients for x to find x. Hope that makes sense. So I'm going to find x. Here is my determinant, or my matrix, sorry. Again, the constants are -3, -14, 9. And they're going to go in the x column. -3, -14, and 9. Then just stick the y and x coefficients in place. So they're right here. There's 1, -1, 2, and 1, 4, and -1. And get the determinant for that, and then divide it by the 24. So here goes. So -3, 1, -14. Some big numbers here, and 9. -1, 2. So all I did, repeat these 2 columns, -3, 1, -14, 1, -1, 9, 2. Doing our diagonals here. All right, first one. Again, this is for x. It's going to be -3. We have 36. We have -28. Now subtract, going the other direction. We have -9, this is 8, -24. Last one's going to be a +14. Lots of signs to keep track of. Combining all these terms here, this is going to be a +8. This is going to be a 5, I guess. Minus these guys. So -33, okay, -33, 14, 19, -19. Okay. 2 negatives becomes a big giant plus. 5 plus 19 is 24. Now again, to find the x, you take this determinant divided by the a determinant. Well, look at that. 24 divided by 24 equals 1. X equals 1. That's one of the variables. Got 2 to go. Let's go find the y. Again, we're going to do this. We're going to take the constants and create a matrix with them in place of the y coefficients, and then divide it all by 24. Here we go. So y equals, again, let's see, my matrix, -1, 4, 1. I'm finding y, so I can put the -3, -14, 9. Now the z's are 1, 4, -1, 1, 4, -1. Repeat the first 2 columns again. -1, -3, 4, -14, 1, and 9. Here we go. Those, and those. I'm going a little faster because this is a lot of work. I can't take the video too long here. This is going to be negative, so it's going to be a +14. -3, 4 is 12, -12. 1, 4, 9 is 36. Minus. Now we're going up, 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 up. That's a -14. 9, 4, -36. And a +12. Simplify. This is, let's see, it's 2. It's going to be 38 minus, this is 50 plus, -50 plus 12 is -38. well, negative, this is a big plus here. This becomes 76. Again, for the y, you have to now divide this by a determinant, which was 24. And guess what? That is now 3. So y equals 3. You now have x equals 1, y equals 3. Well, to find z, don't do all this work again. Don't kill yourself. Stick the other two variables you know into this equation to find z. So we know x already, we know y. There's a constant, just solve for z. I'll do that for you real quick here. So I'm using the first equation, by the way. So it's going to be negative 1, negative 1 plus 3 plus z equals negative 3. Again, I'm using this first equation. I substituted the 1 and the 3 there. Now you just solve for z. This becomes 2 plus z equals negative 3. I'm going to subtract 2 from both sides. Z equals negative 5. There's my 3 answers. The full answer is going to be 1, comma, 3, comma, negative 5. That's the answer. Good luck.